we are expecting to hear from President Zelensky where he's going to outline this plan, this victory plan. Do you have a sense, Foreign Minister, of what that would look like?
Indeed, President Zelensky will introduce this plan to President Biden, and later on we will hear as well. But I think that cannot be anything like extraordinary. Ukraine needs the military support from allies, needs to take down all the restrictions of using the weapons long range. And I have been very clear as an Estonian foreign minister that Ukraine has all the rights to use the weapons what we give them, also in territory of Russia, to take down the threats and also the targets from there. But also the international support for the peace plan. So the peace plan can be made only following the President Zelensky 10-point peace plan. And for Estonia, it's important the territorial integrity. So military support and also investments to the defense industry, I think it's most important.
And I suspect, Foreign Minister, that much of the discussion that will probably be had in New York will centre around, and you hinted at that just now, those long-range Western-supplied missiles like the ATACMS and whether they can be fired deep into Russian territory. Why do you think, and I know Estonia's position, you have made it very clear on this show, but why do you think the US has been so hesitant, Foreign Minister, to allow Ukraine to fire these into Russia? Because it's almost a year now since President Biden made a decision to supply those ATACMS in the first place.
Yes, I'm sure that, and I do hope that President Biden will make a decision to take down all these restrictions. But the main reason for that, not only for US, but some other countries as well, is fear about escalation. But we have been living there in the neighboring country of Russia, and we have been witnessing as well more than 2 years that Putin is using this fear of escalation. He's threatening us, but actually nothing more awful will happen. So I think that is a reason is that the fear of escalation is keeping back these decisions. But I can assure that I don't believe that there will be more escalation. There is already easy escalation. It's a full-scale war, and Ukraine is not able to fight without this permission to target this strategic object in Russia.
So I wonder, Foreign Minister, why you think this new plan, this victory plan, would work where others have failed, and whether we're likely to see more incursions like the ones we saw in Kursk. Do you think that was effective?
Yes, I think that this military operation in Kursk was effective as well. Ukraine had the right to bring the war to Russian territory to protect itself, and also it gave us in Ukraine, but also as a community internationally, the hope and belief that Ukraine can fight. Because half a year ago, it was already the feeling that maybe we are having a situation as during the First World War, that nothing will happen, but there can be a change. But the only thing what Ukraine needs is our support, no limitations, and our commitment on military level. But also today we discussed with the G7 and other countries how can we support Ukraine preparing for the winter as an energy system investment. So we need to support Ukraine on all different levels. But the first most important thing is to let them fight, because they're fighting for us as well.
Yeah, and I remember President Zelensky saying it feels like he's currently fighting, has been fighting with one arm held behind his back. Let me leave the Ukraine war for just a second and focus what the developments, the escalating developments, I think it's fair to say, in the Middle East. It's incredibly dangerous timing. Israel has been pounding targets deep into northern Lebanon. Hezbollah's firing back into northern Israel. Just your assessment of where we are right now, how worried you are at this juncture, Foreign Minister?
We are worried and we are concerned, and all these different conflicts, they are connected, which are taking place globally as well. The Russian aggression in Ukraine and also Gaza. Though we have called the both sides to ceasefire, and we have witnessed already the real humanitarian catastrophe. The innocent people are dying. Of course, Israel has a right to protect itself against the terroristic organization as Hamas is, but the case is that we support the two-state solution, but it needs as well to create this procedure and process that two states, they will sit down and start to negotiate. But we don't see, unfortunately, that. Though the escalation, even more escalation in the region is really, really dangerous.
It is indeed. Foreign Minister, as always, wonderful to have you on the show. Thank you very much, sir.